Hey, chat. How are you guys doing? Fancy
morning,
seeing you
Chad.
here. What?
Good morning, chat.
Well, it's almost good morning. Anyways,
Okay.
guys, hello, welcome. We've got, as the title states, this is the ongoing saga of Fudbusters versus Cody Wilson. And this episode is about Cody Wilson crying to the state bar and then getting cucked by the state bar of Florida.
Yeah, it's a really bizarre way for him to cry about what's going on. But I guess we'll take a look at it as we go through it. It's kind of like fucking unbelievable.
Yes.
And so the backdrop is a lot of you guys know, and Sean
hold on,
read our
man.
lawsuit.
Before we get too far, if you guys are new, this is Matt, also known as Fudbusters, Matt LaRosiere. He is an attorney. An attorney. He is also the proprietor of maf-arms.com, your proprietor of wind chime needs. And you guys go there to maf-arms.com and use a promo code POTCRIM. You get 10% off all your wind chime needs. And
these in, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I saw that comment. I'm like, I need to pick a couple up.
Yep, we got those and the LPKs and everything for very good prices. I'm pretty sure our price is like about what the eBay price is, but it's much higher than eBay quality. So okay. I think you guys would be happy with that.
Do you guys have do you have G48 setups? The
43
blocks? No, 48. Or do they use the same block? 48's the bigger one.
40. So I'm trying to remember. 43 uses its own proprietary block and rail, which we're working on. We'll have that out soon.
Okay.
I think 48 uses one of the standard ones, but you have to look that up.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll take a look. I will say today, my lovely producer and fiance, future Mrs. Martin 2.0, she's like, what the fuck are you talking about the wind chimes? I couldn't find wind chimes. Like she thought like you actually sold wind chimes.
We do.
Well, I know, but the kind she likes.
Oh yeah, no, those are wrong. Those are not the good ones.
Yes.
Yeah, no, guys, it is not eBay quality. Trust me, it is much higher. I would not sell pure dog shit unless I was like intentionally signaling that it's dog shit. Like, you know, we have trash for sale. Yes. And there's been some things that I've tried to like work on that weren't going to work, so they got put in the trash pile and they got sold for $3. No.
Yeah, you don't have 37mm wind chime kits. Okay, and yes, guys,
no, totally not a destructive device. Wind chime kits.
Yes, and if you guys don't know, if you guys could find Matt here on YouTube under Fudbusters and Fud Blasters, you know, with his show This Week of Guns, you know, lot to go over there. I'm sure you're going to cover the. You know, as we talked last night about the fucking Vanderstock case, that was such a disaster.
Oh yeah, no, and people are. It's weird. I'm planning to do a video just on that and kind of like just discuss the implications there. But you know, that's a whole different story.
Yes.
I'm glad everyone gut checked me because when Vanderstock was first getting argued, everyone was like, "Oh wait. We won. They did a big heckin' winnerino." And then I listened to the oral arguments and I'm like, I agree that we won, but holy shit.
Well, we won if we win, it's not gonna. There's a lot of downside. Right. Well, yeah. The only interesting thing was the federal government acknowledging, well, yeah, you can't readily convert an AR-15. I'm like, that's actually a very big position they have now taken, which is interesting.
Yeah. No, it is, but like, yeah, no, the Cooper Kirk's lawyer was just, he's a good lawyer. You know, I've seen him argue many times. He's definitely a good lawyer, but it is just very clear that he has never fucking touched any of this shit in his life. And I've been screaming and crying about this for a while, but I think that if you're going to make a living litigating something that's technical, you need to immerse yourself in that. Like engineering firms will have their lawyers embedded. Right, like I've cited a lot of
degrees too.
Yeah, and I've cited a lot of Brita Water Systems cases because they actually like litigate it very, very technically and correctly.
Yes,
and it seems that the majority of the time we're just sending white shoe. You know, oh, he graduated from brand name law school. It's like okay, and then Like, look at one of the few cases FPC actually hired their own lawyer for that one, the self-made one. I forgot what circuit it was in, where the judge just asked him, well, why would you want to make one yourself? Why wouldn't you just buy the frame? And their lawyer said, I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Yeah. Well, and I love during the arguments, they're like, well, that's not the same as building your own car. And it's like, actually, it kind of is. You're like, I made an entire gun. That's actually pretty cool that you could say you did that.
Well, and also, like, again, if anybody who had any experience with the arms industry were there, they'd say, actually, the prevailing consensus is that if you attach two pieces of an AR-15 together, you say you built it. That might get an eyebrow raise, but certainly not to the extent they're talking about here. And also, I say I built my Corvair. I took off every single nut and bolt on that car, cleaned it up, and put it back together. I certainly didn't cast the motor myself, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think, would you sit there and say you didn't build that Corvair?
Actually, you assembled it.
Yeah.
Yes. No, nobody would say that. And and honestly, though, for a lot of people, it's like, I built something that, 10 years ago would have been impossible to do.
Right.
20 years ago would have been the stuff of,
there's just so much to say, right? Because then they're saying, oh, well, it's only the polymers. It's only the polymers. Why this has been such a... And it's like, really? Like, no, parts kits existed because of the 68 GCA.
Yes.
That's why parts kits happened. And guess what they weren't made of? Fucking plastic in 1968.
Well, I know. And that's, me and you were talking, and I'm like, I so wanted to pull up fucking Apex parts kits.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, go look at a G3 parts kit right now. Which, guys, remember, all the Portuguese G3s came in, so, like, parts kits are dirt cheap if you want to do a G3.
Yeah.
Which I might do a G3. I think I'm going to do a K model. But, like, it's, what, you don't like the G3K?
You're talking about the HK51?
No, the G3K.
Oh, the 20-inch barrel but collapsing stock?
No, it's a 12.5-inch barrel. So it's not an HK51. No,
it's slightly longer than an HK51?
Yeah, it's a G3, but you just cut the barrel down.
So here's the thing about shortening G3s is that at 16 inches, you have like slightly more muzzle energy than 7.62 by 39.
Okay. Well.
And then it's just rapidly dropping off a cliff. Oh. So I have an HK51. And it's just like, I have it for the purpose of handing to people who think HK51s are cool.
Oh.
Because, like, you have the HK51's muzzle energy rivals 9mm.
Well, I part of
makes a lot of concussion, though.
Yeah, well, part of me wants it because I watched Strike Back, and they use suppressed, they use the suppressed G3s, and I'm like, I want one. But, no, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a regular G3. I don't know.
Yeah, just do a regular G3. I could hook you up with them parts too if you need any help.
Yeah, well,
I
secured the jig a long time ago because that was like the biggest thing.
Oh, I don't use jigs. I just bend them with my hands.
I dyed inside a little bit, just a little, Chet, just a little bit. But yes, guys. So if you guys were not aware, getting to the main theme here, through the catalog.com. We can't link it because we'll get killed. But the catalog.com is your place to get 3D printed parts and 3D printed gun files, including multiple things, including the Amigo Verde, the Amigo Grande. Well, is the Verde out yet?
Verde's out.
Okay. The Amigo Verde, the Setmiel, the Amigo Grande.
That's the big boy.
Yes, the G3.
And then we also have the Schlenk Flugelmann and the Kleine Freund.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The MP5 derivatives, and then also the new thing that's out. Well, I think the thing that I have partially built because I still need the little parts kit for, because I've asked a couple of times.
Oh my god, have I still not done that?
Yes.
You're not good at pestering me.
I try to pester you enough. Anyways, the Hitchhiker, guys, and if you guys go on to maf-arms.com, you can get the Hitchhiker parts kit, and then you can get the files to print out the Hitchhiker, which is a fully, you could take it down. It's a takedown 22, that single shot, open bolt, and you cock it once, and that's all you need to do, and just pew, and it'll cock open for you, load another round, and you just keep going all day.
Yeah, I love the Hitchhiker so much, and I mean, you guys would actually be interested in the Hitchhiker because I started designing the Hitchhiker on a Friday to make a legal point, and it was, I had somebody saying, "Oh, you can't have open bolt guns are all illegal," and I was like, "All right, bitch, watch," and I literally just started designing it, and then one thing led to another, and I'm like, "Wait a minute. This is actually cool," because I had a nephew that had his first 22, and it was a cricket, and it's just so infuriating to sit there and run the bolt, put the cartridge in, close the bolt, and recock it, and I'm like, that could be really simplified. So I turned the Hitchhiker into that, and one thing goes to another. I'm able to make the kits and sell them for $69, and it's just one of the most fulfilling things. The primary design was completed in 72 hours, and then Sean was actually part of the beta, and we had 5 revisions because people kept finding shit. It became apparent that I designed it in 72 hours, right?
Yes.
people found some shit, but after 5 revisions, it was perfect. And I won't say perfect, right? But people are not having issues with it anymore.
Every time I printed something, you're like, "Oh wait, that's not. Throw that away. We're doing something else now." And I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah. But no. So that was great, and that ties into the bar complaint. Fascinatingly,
yes. So, and guys, we covered this lawsuit already. The items and files in the catalog are free. They are meant to be distributed. The knowledge is meant to be propagated far and wide across the hills and plains, from coast to coast, and maybe even across the ocean. There's a sound you can, heard across the land. It's heard beyond the sea.
And then some people might be thinking, if people are fucking brain dead, right? If you're listening to this and thinking, well, how can you have a copyright claim if it's free? Show me in the Lanham Act where it says I have to charge for something to prevent you from charging for it, right? Yes. It's a simple thing. You make a work of authorship, you have the right. It is your exclusive right to make copies of it, and you're allowed to go to the park and insist that only people who don't want to read it take it, right?
Yes. You can do all kinds of things. You can, just like Nintendo, when the ROM emulators. Well, Nintendo doesn't release anything. That's their prerogative. It's their property. They don't have to sell it. They can get a copyright and just hold it forever.
Right. And so my thing is, here's my ideas with it. If someone's going to commercialize my fucking work, I should get to say okay, right? And if I choose to let people, use it in a non-commercial capacity for free, that's my fucking business, right? It's that simple. And because I know there's a lot of people who get confused on that, but just think about it in terms of pamphleting or whatever. You can write a poem and make a bunch of copies and hand them out at your park, right? But then if somebody copies it and then sells it on Amazon, you can say, "Whoa, motherfucker, where's my cut?" Right? And I don't think there's anything morally wrong with that. No. But and if you do think that, frankly, I don't fucking care, because it's my work.
Yes,
I can do what I want to do with it.
Yes, and the uber libertarian. Well, he calls himself a libertarian. Which is funny. Being a libertarian, you're like, I'm going to steal IP. It's like, that's not how libertarianism works.
Oh, but he does this huge IP is gun control and this and that and the other thing. He fucking copyrighted all of his books. You have to sit there and expend energy and money to register copyright. So if you're this if you're this I don't even know what to say, but this bastion of free expression and the copyright is wrong, why the fuck did you spend hundreds of dollars pursuing copyright registration yourself? Or is it just that copyright is bad when it's not benefiting you?
Yes.
Yes. Anime sucks. Cope and Sneed. Copyright is cringe. Suffer. Okay, so let's engage with that. without copyright, nothing can stop me from telling the fucking minor attracted person, hey, I don't like you. Stop using my name as if we're affiliated and selling my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather live in that world? I'd love to see your answer, Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed. Would you rather live in a world where the work you make and attach your name to, that you've spent thousands of dollars, by the way, developing, because that's what I did. Everyone who was in the beta group, when something had to change, I fucking sent it to them because we were developing a new thing, spent thousands of dollars and many, many hours, right? In this particular instance, not that many hours, but still a lot of money. Do you want a situation where it's just, I guess, like, who's the person you hate the most? Like Kamala Harris or whatever gets to just sell your work? Yeah. No, you'd hate that.
And she gets to use your name along with it.
Yeah, no, yeah, she gets to use your name and say, Anime Sucks, Cope and Sneed, builder of this thing, buy from me for $10.
Yes.
You'd love that.
Yeah, and everybody thinks now you and her are in cahoots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like, and we'll get into that. Is like, it's had consequences for me already. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had clients that have said, I don't want to be associated with like those people. And I'm like, let me show you the complaint. And I've had to explain that I'm not associated with these fucking people. It's, listen, you can, and in libertarianism, like among libertarians, copyright's a hand grenade, right? Because there's some libertarians that don't really understand property rights, and they're like, oh, but it's property, right? Mm-hmm. It's not really property. It's kind of like this weird outgrowth of consumer protection and property, right?
Yeah.
But, all right, what did he say? Thoughts?
Oh, it's no, somebody, there's other people being.
Answer the question, Sean.
They're just trolling right now. Just
okay. I see you. This is what happens when you don't charge money to let people in your Discord, by the way. This is the.
Oh no, they got him. Cody got him, chat.
This is the quality.
Well.
Oh, was I cut?
Yeah, you froze up just like that. Oh no, they're getting him. Milton's got him, chat. Oh no, I hope he put a life jacket on his corgi. Oh, Matt, please come back. RoboFud, yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Out?
You're still robot. Now you're cutting out.
Yeah, I'm back.
Did
you know there's a Herman Cain outside?
Yeah, there's Herman Cain outside.
There's a Herman Cain outside.
Pizza and harassing women. It's like the governor of North Carolina. Just going to that big old dookie hole.
You know what's funny is like all of my friends and relatives outside of Florida are like, oh, aren't you worried or whatever? And every time they do that, I like turn my camera on selfie mode and I walk outside because I've been in Florida for more than 3 decades now. It's like, no, this is just what we do. This is normal.
This is Tuesday. Yes. Yeah. Guys, Herman Cain's dead. He's not alive anymore.
Don't speak ill of the dead. Every time you call Herman Cain a dick, they attack Florida.
Yeah, I think he got the Rona, actually.
Yeah, that he did literally die of coronavirus, which was horrible.
Yeah.
Because like, what a thing to give to them.
Jesus. Okay.
But anyway, I don't know if you want to talk about the backdrop a little more of the litigation.
Yeah, so Matt has filed a lawsuit against Cody Wilson for copyright infringement, multiple other things, disparaging your business identity and things like that. And right now he's been served. I don't think Cody's responded with an answer yet.
No, so they
yeah.
This is funny. So like they're after we started service and we got service on the businesses, they're like, oh, please accept this waiver. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so we let them waive, right? So the businesses are still on the normal time clock, right? The 21 days. I'm sure they'll move to extend whatever. But him personally and the company that exists exclusively to accept credit cards because Cody Wilson cannot get credit card processing because he's so radioactive.
Yes.
They are on a 60-day, right? Because they did a waiver.
Yeah.
And I know what's going to happen. His lawyer, which is the one I sent you the link. He fucking, and look, he moved for like special admission to the Middle District of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, it's $300 to just get admitted. What the fuck? Like, that is such a. Every time I've had to litigate in federal court, wherever the fuck it was in the country, I just got admitted.
Oh, you just didn't pro hoc in?
No, why would you pro hoc? It's like a couple $100. Like, and they approve you immediately.
Yeah.
Like I'm admitted to so many weird district courts because like, what am I? Oh, you want me to like go through all this like stupid little shit? Like that's, I don't know. I thought that was weird. Like I've never seen somebody try to pro hoc into federal court. Doesn't that seem stupid to you?
I mean, at times it does. It does.
Like it's $300 to just get all the way admitted and have e-filing access and everything. Like,
yeah.
Would you?
Yes. So Cody has been sued. He's been served, and in response, Cody then filed, and this is part of the build up to the lawsuit being filed, and Matt doing his due diligence and investigation. He filed a bar complaint against Matt. And this is the actual.
Yeah, well, hold on. Before you even get into it, what was the grounds for the bar complaint? What Florida rule did I violate, according to Cody Wilson?
You did basically solicitation. You were contacting third parties.
Yeah,
and so clients.
And the definition of solicitation is the same in almost every state, and that's where an attorney reaches out to a specific person that he does not have an existing familial or business relationship with to seek employment or other, for pecuniary gain.
Yes.
And this is like rooted, like the classic examples are going like sprinting up to a car accident and handing out business cards. Right. So that's the like backdrop of what I'm being accused of here, that I was like effectively ambulance chasing. Right.
Yes.
So let's.
Yes. See, I still, though, when I see people getting pulled over on the side of the road, I wish I had a t-shirt cannon full of like cards that just go by, just right out the window. It'd shower them in. So here we go. So guys, this is the first part of it. And it's to Mr. Matthew Michael LaRosiere. Got MML there.
Yeah, that's my name.
Dear Mr. LaRosiere, enclose a copy of an inquiry complaint and any supporting documents submitted by the above referenced complaints. Your response to this complaint is required under provisions of Rule 4.84, 4-8.4 of the Rules of Professional Conduct. And guys, that's something you need to understand when you get a complaint. And we talked about this before, when attorneys get into deep shit or judges get in deep shit. When there is a complaint or an inquiry, you have to work with them. If you don't work with them, they could punish you for that.
Yep.
So you have to be involved, and you have a due date. Your response should be less than 25 pages. That was not a problem. We'll get to that. And you get to refer to any documents or exhibits that you can provide. Failure to provide a written response to this complaint itself is a violation of the rules.
Yep.
You have to respond.
Well, and then they also give you a little ticket that basically it's for people who are in law firms that basically say, and I am a partner at a law firm that basically says I snitched on myself to my senior partner, and they will get just as mad about anything else as if you don't have your partner sign that ticket. So like it's really disruptive. And when I got this, I had a deadline looming in one of the, like in the Fourth Circuit. Yeah, like it was in the Adamiak case that I was litigating, actually fighting a machine gun conviction for somebody. And I had to fucking drop everything to protect my license. That's not.
Yes.
It's fucked up. It's not cool.
And if you guys, and I don't know, Cody went to law school, right? Or he was going to
For
law
2
school.
years.
Yeah. So Cody kind of got, he kind of got close to being an attorney. So,
well, you can say he's smarter than us, right? Because he didn't have the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, no, he could. Well, get convicted of being with a minor or trying to seduce a minor, kind of fucks you on going to law school.
I want to stop for a second. Somebody's saying always pro hawk in federal court. Are you with me or are you with him? What do you think?
Oh, you mean am I with him or you?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see like I mean, that's kind of like the normal practice, but I see the idea of like, well, I just spent $300, but also I understand the idea of like, oy vey, I can save $300. So I understand both. I understand both sides of it.
I don't know. I'm like, oh, whatever. I got it. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, like everybody pro hawks in, like, that's the thing. Everybody does it that way. So
really?
Yeah. A lot of people, tons
in
of people.
federal court. I understand in like different states, but in federal court?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not an uncommon thing.
I don't know, man. It's instant though. Whatever.
Yeah. No. I understand. I understand your point of it, but a lot of people just pro hawk into federal districts.
Oh, well, so, whatever.
Yeah. So you can respond. You know, and this is interesting because in Ohio, I don't provide, like, if I get grieved, I send it all in and then they send it to the party. You have to furnish the complaint with the response to Cody and anything you send in. And then they say, yeah, absent unusual circumstances, they won't extend your deadline more than 10 days.
Right.
And you need a reasonable basis for the request and should not grant more than one extension. That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's
I'm in the middle
stop what you're doing.
Yes. No, sorry. I'm in the middle of doing a federal case that could have massive ramifications for constitutional law. Sorry,
yeah, which was scheduled for oral argument, by the way.
Oh, you are? Nice.
Well, it got put in abeyance pending Vanderstock, which is another thing.
Okay.
But at the time it was. So, you know, I was fucking busy. So it wasn't.
Yeah, you were very busy.
Yeah.
And there was a lot on the line. You know, and they say finally the filing of the attached complaint does not preclude communication between the lawyer and the complainant. Now that means like if he's your client. If he's not your client, yeah, don't ever fucking talk to the guy. But sometimes your client may grieve you and you're like, okay, well, I got to figure out what I'm doing for this guy I'm still representing.
Right.
And then it was signed by Francisco J.
Well, he's a good guy. He's bar counsel. He's just
Yep. And then it's I like how it's ACAP. All attorneys are pussies. Yes, to Mr. Cody R. Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's all the blah 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 blah. This is just grievance procedures. Yeah. And then and it says, "Dear Mr. Wilson, you know, here's our letter, and you know, telling you what happened."
And like telling him that he has the right to respond within a certain amount of time or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the complaint. This is the complaint form. And, you know, I love it's like, you must place your mark in the box acknowledging the oath, and you must sign your name fully below. Right. And, you know, we apparently can't figure out how to stay inside the lines. But yes, under the penalties of perjury, guys. And that's not every state does that.
Yep.
Yes, everything in Florida, you know, the police will swear you to make a statement.
Right.
So they can hit you with a perjury charge. So, yes, he's doing this under the pains and penalties of perjury, that these facts are true, correct, and complete. Notice that it's complete, not just they're true and correct, but I'm not hiding the ball. And he filed it on my birthday. Aw.
Isn't that sweet?
So, it's a birthday. It's a present for everyone.
So here's his allegation.
Yes. I love this. I love how he writes this. You know, he writes to the Florida bar, and yes, no real letterhead. You think he'd do it on something fancy? Concerning attorney Matthew LaRosiere, I write to alert the Florida bar to the behavior of an attorney comfortable working outside the rules of professional conduct. Attached are 3 marked exhibits to support the following facts. In late July of this year, Mr. LaRosiere made contact with a customer on my website, DEFCAD.com, to gain his testimony and employment in a lawsuit planned against me. Mr. LaRosiere is the author of a digital guide for building a kind of kick gun. You know, he tries to make it sound like you're a bad guy for doing that. Yeah. And this guide has been reposted to my website.
Like as if he didn't do it himself.
Yes. Oh, it just happened to be there. You know, I don't know how that happened. On page 1 of this guide, Mr. LaRosiere gives a message at the end of a public license statement which reads, if you paid money to get these files, please contact the author for a reward, which it 100% does.
Yeah, it does say, I wrote that, and I meant it.
Yes. Exhibit 2 shows a person who claims to have downloaded the guide or related files from my website, emailing one of LaRosiere's businesses on July 19th to inquire about the advertised reward. Well, why do you have all this?
Stop you right there.
Yeah.
How the fuck on God's green would you solicit somebody for their testimony?
Yes.
And then your employment?
Yes.
Like,
well, more importantly, how does he know all this? How did he?
Right, and also, yeah, and the interesting thing that he did email the company because the company was listed nowhere.
Yes.
So that'll become more germane in a second.
Yes. And on July 22nd, Matt makes direct contact with the customer in reply through an overt offer of compensation attempts to get him on the phone. Ooh. When the customer shows some delay in replying, Matt imposes himself through multiple emails in a row until July 25th. On August 4th, the customer writes he would prefer to sign an engagement letter if he would speak with Matt. And the attorney agrees to provide one. Once again, I don't think we're being complete here, Cody. When the customer reminds him of his offer for compensation, Matt is all too ready to send a free kit in exchange for his employment.
In exchange for his employment?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, look at that. This is my favorite part.
In Texas, where my business is based, too fucking bad we're not talking about Texas law.
Yeah.
This kind of solicitation is a criminal offense. Good thing we're not in fucking Texas.
Also, I tried to find whatever the fuck he was talking about, and it literally doesn't exist.
Yes. I can't imagine it's a law anyway. It does. Yeah. But, well, in California, nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
A specialist grievance firm in Florida. Which firm?
Yeah. Yeah. And why didn't they help you draft this?
Yes. Yes, and and advise. Are there firms in Florida? It's like we help you file against attorneys because there are firms that
we have a 1.8.
Really?
There's like 1.8 gorillion lawyers in Florida.
But I mean, like here in Ohio, like you can get attorneys who can help you defend, but they're really on attorneys who help you file complaints.
I think they'd probably be the same as like IAC counsel.
Yeah,
right.
I guess. So they advised me the Florida bar takes this kind of improper solicitation seriously, and that I should submit this complaint. I would love to fucking know who said that. I would love to know who said that. I was further advised to highlight the following rules of professional conduct.
IAC means ineffective assistance of counsel.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. And here's the thing I was thinking. That's almost like you're telling this person to go do stuff. If this is really a firm telling people, oh yeah, cite all this stuff in a letter you're writing, that puts you on the hook for a lot of things.
Exactly. No, they're violating the rules because it would mean that they were aware of a Florida attorney violating the rules.
That too.
Which means that, like, if you're aware of a Florida attorney violating the rules, you have a duty to disclose it.
Wait, and guys, I mentioned this before. Yes, if you violate the rules of conduct, if Matt and I were in the same town and we're both licensed in Ohio or Florida, and Matt broke the rules and I knew about it, and I was involved in something Matt was doing, and like we were on a case together, right? And Matt broke the rules and I didn't say anything about it, my ass is grass for not saying anything. It's really bad, especially in firms or in offices where you learn of an attorney's conduct and you don't report. And I mentioned that we've mentioned that issue before multiple times. You have to and if you don't tell, you get in trouble, and it's almost as bad as whatever the other guy did. Because if he really fucked up and you didn't say anything, you are in trouble. Yes, you have to be a rat. You have to be a rat.
Who is this DS guy who keeps saying to take the MPRE?
Yeah.
The MPRE is totally helpful for like how any state in the entire union works.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, totally. By the way, the MPRE is nonsense.
Yes.
Just so you guys know.
Yeah, I remember taking it. It was so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it had almost no application. Like even like the trust fund rule, like just completely inapplicable.
Yeah.
Have you all heard?
Like here's one of them. Ohio Professional Rules 8.3. Yeah, there's no duty to report. Okay. So, a lawyer who possesses knowledge of
unprivileged knowledge,
yeah, unprivileged. Oh God, I'm gonna have to highlight it so I can do it. A lawyer who possesses knowledge of a violation of the rules of professional conduct that raises a question any attorney's honesty, trustworthy, or fitness as a lawyer in other respects shall inform a disciplinary authority empowered to investigate or act such violation. That's a duty to report.
Right, and so DS,
yes,
unprivileged is the key, not what you said. What fucking privilege would this firm have against me? That's not privilege. Privilege.
Yes.
Can you block that guy?
No, I don't block people. I operate Somalia rules.
Oh, okay.
Just you can call him. Just call him whatever you want, and then I'll take care of it.
Shitty, smelly 1L gunner.
Okay, there we go. Yes, that you're doing the Nick thing here. You're doing the Nick thing. Well, that's not exactly what I said. It's like, okay, well, everybody else knows.
DS, how long have you been practicing? I know some people. They're right. I let Carl rub off on me. I'm reading chat. I shouldn't do that.
Yes, the satanic communist.
I do love him, by the way. It was a great episode, but yeah, no, I know better. I'm sorry, guys.
So getting back.
I'm sorry. I'm going to read it one more time. His answer to the question, "How long are you practicing?" was "LOL got an LLM," so that means 0 years.
Yes, 0 years. Yes.
he's of counsel at some like Amazon importer.
Yes.
Fineway or something. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Force James says never read chat, we're all cunts. Well, that's true too. Yes. So yes, there's a couple different rules. And then I question Matt's character and fitness as a member of the Florida bar. I request that the attorney be disciplined for his obvious misconduct. Sincerely, Cody R. Wilson.
That's my new Twitter banner, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it is? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's Exhibit 1. The Catalog presents The Hitchhiker.
And do you see how they're like dog shit way he photocopied it?
Yes, he didn't just download the PDF and put it on. Yeah, it's sad. Could have submitted it electronically. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's a Hitchhiker in takedown form. It's pretty cool. But anyways, yes. This document, all photos and all related files, copyright 2024, Matthew LaRosiere, not licensed for commercial use, subscription, download, or any paid distribution, which is what DEFCAD was. If you paid money to get these files, please contact the author for a reward. And that's something that still is in effect today, guys. If you find this anywhere, it's being paywalled, let Matt know.
Yeah, I'll give you something cool.
Yeah.
Might be a rock. We just got new cool rocks in up, Math.
You got rocks. But yeah, he seriously will, guys. I'm not joking. Not joking at all. All right. So, yes, Defense Distributed. This is Cody's site here. And he says, forward message, and it's from Guard Denver.
Guard Denver. That's a. Think about that name, by the way.
Yeah.
That name strikes you as a very real name.
Yes, totally real. Totally real.
Yeah.
It's John's cousin. Yes. Hi. I downloaded Hitchhiker from DEFCAD and saw a message saying I should reach out to you guys. Guard.
Yeah, and look at where he sent it to. Admin at MAF Arms.
Yes.
Where the fuck did he get that from?
Yes. That's who would know? How would you know to send that there?
Yeah.
Also, guys, that's maf-arms.com. The wind chime store. And then there's another response here, and it's we got to start here.
Yeah, because he
Yeah. So
it's end to, so you have to actually scroll down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got to start here. Yeah. So
because he has it backwards.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot it's all the way down.
You know what? Why don't you skip reading the actual emails because I put them chronologically.
Yes.
In a non-retarded way.
But yeah, so guys, this is the presentation of it all.
But hold on, look at something real quick.
Yes.
Look at the top of this email chain and see the timeline of when it gets forwarded to Cody, and the fact that he leaves everything open except for the intermediate forwarder.
Yeah, well, because I'm sure it's to
himself.
Yes, I'm sure it's to CRW at defensedistributed.org. Yes, and I'm sure it's from Guard Denver right here. How would that person know to send it?
Yep. And literally the day after I sent that last email.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we get that, and then we get to let me see here. Is this the right one? Yes. This is okay. So now this is guys. If you don't know, can you guys see it here? Yes. All right, we got it. All right, Zerme Law. It is Zach Zerme who is representing Matt on this. And they write an email back, and they write a letter back, and they're stating, here's our response. They talk about Cody is a public figure who owns and operates DEFCAD, a website which hosts digital files. And as he notes in his complaint, the respondent's authorship being featured on it is a point of contention between Matt and Cody. Matt does not have and has never had any personal relationship with Cody. The works of authorship at the core of the disagreement between Matt and Cody are unrelated to Matt's legal practice. Now, this is the best part. Here we go, guys. Mr. Wilson's complaint, it seems, relates to a series of emails between the respondent and the email address guarddenver65@gmail.com, known as Mr. Denver. When receiving these emails, Matt believed that Mr. Denver was likely Cody or one of his employees. Matt believed this because Cody has a reputation for wordplay, and respondent did not believe Guard Denver to be a real name. Rather, it's an anagram for underaged, which Matt believes is an allusion to regrettable circumstances germane to Cody, but unrelated to this matter. So, if you guys aren't aware, yes, Cody was in a sting operation for trying to solicit a underage person. I think it was a girl, right? It was a girl or a boy. I don't remember.
It was a girl. It wasn't a sting. He just got caught.
Yeah, well,
he just got caught. It's regular. Like the government was. It doesn't appear to me that the government was involved.
No, I don't mean it in a bad way. Like he was set up. Like he got caught doing sketchy shit. And
then we have his defenders in his thing that she lied about her age and all this stuff. That's great that you think that. So his employees talk a lot about what happened, and what I heard is the way he knew about this young girl was that a friend of his, who was her high school classmate, so presently a sophomore, told him about her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's certainly enough context where you would totally think that somebody was totally of age, and certainly she lied about her age.
Yes.
And certainly he didn't openly describe this as any other weekend multiple times. So sure, you guys can sit and think that. But again, that's unrelated to the present matter.
Yes, and that's and to be fair, yes, the government's really going to scrutinize you when you basically force the State Department to settle with you out of court.
Right.
Which, guys, with the Liberator and the 3D printed files, The State Department tried to list those as munitions and tried to go after Cody for violating ITAR, the International Trafficking in Arms Regulations. But Cody took it to court, and the State Department realized they were fucked.
Well, he lost, and then on appeal, the appeal was pending, and then we got the administration change, and the Trump admin was like, "Make this go away," and so they did, and so they settled, and that,
Yes. So, and that said, though, the government, when you piss off the government and embarrass them, they tend to make sure they don't forget about you, and I'm sure that didn't help.
This had nothing to do with the feds, though.
Well, well, you never know. I mean, there's all parallel construction. Just you're pissing off some jackoffs in the, in the government's never a good idea. The way he did it. Anyways, Leo has a question: is a 13-year-old rifles legal? Maybe. I
don't know. Whatever, dude.
Some things, yes. All right, so let's get back to what is in this response. Mr. Denver, being Cody, is further evinced by Cody censoring the intermediate forwarding email address to himself, that the emails were forwarded to Cody immediately, and the content of Mr. Denver's emails. And here are the emails, and they point out that Cody only redacts the information of the forwarder, but all forwarding activity occurred within 48 hours of the original message. The cover page of the works of authorship, which Mr. Wilson cites, is reproduced below. And this is the high-quality version, chat, of the catalog, which, if you guys weren't sure how to spell catalog, that's how you spell it if you want to go find it.
Yeah, you spell it good.
Yes. Yes, and this is the Hitchhiker, and it looks just like that. It's pretty cool. So Cody cites the above image several times in his complaint. The image is from a written work authored by Matt. Nowhere in the work is it mentioned that Matt is an attorney. And yeah, it doesn't say it right here. It doesn't say Esquire or attorney at law. It doesn't say it anywhere in the instructions. Nor is the word attorney, lawyer, or counsel ever used. Nowhere in the work is any information about Matt published aside from his name, Matthew Larosiere. The work is not an advertisement for legal services, was not made in connection with any legal proceeding, and was not made with the intention of soliciting clients, and is thus neither an advertisement nor direct solicitation. And they point out, yes, Denver initiated contact by contacting an email address. And it's really hard to solicit someone when they contact you. And it was to the retail business owned by Matt. This email address is not published in the work, and is not the email address published on Matt's Florida bar page. The retail business guard contacted has no relation to Matt's legal practice. The content of the email also gives no indication it seeks legal services. And so here is guys, as we get this, it shows a more clean email chain here, okay? And then Matt conversed with Denver, more cleanly reproduced below, with chronological line numbers added for convenience of the reader. Oh, hold on 1 second. I forgot to do something here. Give me one.
You're going to do it.
What? I forgot to.
You're going to do it. You're doing it.
Oh. No, for some reason it didn't redact out. I remember why it didn't redact out there. But that's okay. We're all set now. Had to fix that. Just don't need just limiting the issue there. And it says, "Hey guard, I really appreciate you." I love how you're just responding like, "Hey guard."
Yeah.
Hey buddy. I don't understand why they're not sending their best. If this is Cody's idea of being like, this is his idea of being like sneaky,
right?
Like he could come up with a better way to do it.
Yeah, but in a fucking anagram of underage, it was immediately.
Yeah. How long did it take you to figure that out?
Oh, immediately I saw the email and I was like, "That's Cody." Like that's the.
Well, no, the underage part. That part's the best.
It took me a couple days before I was like, hold on. and then I put it in an anagram solver just because he loves anagrams. And I didn't immediately go, that's underage, but I put it in and the one result that spat out was underage. I was like, wow, you fucking retard.
Yes. So here you go. And it's, I appreciate you reaching out. I'm Matt, author of The Hitchhiker. Feel free to give me a call. I'd like to talk to you and offer you a free hitchhiker kit. And Guard says, hey, Matt, cool to meet you. I'm a big fan of your show.
Which I totally mentioned. Yeah.
Yes. And then, and all the great legal work that you do. Notice he doesn't talk about Ivan at all. What a fucking dick. A call should be okay. What do you want to talk about? When do you want to do it? This must have been how Cody messaged that girl. I wonder if he used the same script. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Is this your Cato Institute picture?
Yeah.
Looks very formal.
I like it. I've been using it for years.
Yeah. I want to hear about how you found the file and your experience in downloading it. In full transparency, I and many others have asked Cody not to charge money for any of our files, and he continues to do so, while posting untruthful and hateful misinformation about me. I am considering suing him. Which there's nothing illegal about that.
And this is my barrage of messages, by the way.
Yes. Always for when, literally anytime I'm flexible today, so whenever works for you can ring me. Hey, Guard, I haven't heard from you. I really love to hear about your experiences with the files. I hope you're having a great week.
Yep.
You've got a very nice customer service voice.
That was my barrage.
Yes. Yes. Hey, Matt, I didn't know I was doing anything wrong by downloading the files from DEFCAD. I'm not sure I want to be part of a lawsuit. If I talk to you, can I do it anonymously? Ooh. You weren't doing it. Matt says, you weren't doing anything wrong. Sorry if I made you feel any other way. In fact, you are helping me out tremendously. I am literally just trying to learn about how he markets my work. You can absolutely talk to me anonymously. You would in no way be part of a lawsuit if one were to be filed. Then he says, hey, Matt, sorry for taking so long to respond. I talked to a family friend who's also a lawyer. Bullshit. Yeah. And he said I should sign an engagement with you before I talk about my experience.
This is him attempting to contrive a fucking violation, which is so absurd.
Yes. This absolutely makes no sense.
Yeah, an engagement
as an attorney, I don't need an engagement letter to talk to you if I'm not talking to you about me doing something regarding representation for you.
Right.
Like, I don't have to do that. That is, but once again, if you had gone to fucking law school and actually taken ethics, you might have fucking learned this, Cody. I'm just saying, but I mean, to be fair, I think he, then again, though, Nick passed the bar and look what he fucking knows. So,
well, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Not a real bar.
Yes. Yes. Can you send me something before we talk? Thanks. And you're like, sure. Should I make it out to Guard Denver?
Which, do you think that was me being serious? Like,
yes. And even if it was, you're like, I'm going to make out an engagement agreement to an alias. That doesn't work. Right. Anyways, and yes, the guy's like, yes, Guard Denver is fine. Thank you. So it's like, yes, my name really is Max Power.
Right.
Yes, my name really is Huge Von Dong. Also, since I started printing Hitchhiker over the weekend, can I still get the free kit? I'm surprised he didn't get one from you to start making the parts himself for reverse.
Oh, he did. He did. It's actually manifest that. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay.
And he stepped in a couple more traps that I set, but yeah. Then my response there is like not mentioning anything about an engagement, not mentioning anything about anything in the world.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Yes. So he says, sure, I can. Where do you want me to send it?
Yep.
Yes. The conversation with Mr. Denver cannot be construed as solicitation of a client. In fact, the opposite is true. Yes. You're like, no, it is in fact you who's tried to solicit me. It's not the first time he's tried to solicit people. The first time Matt's legal work is mentioned is by Denver at line 5. In line 22 through 23, Matt states, you would in no way be part of a lawsuit if one were to be filed. Rather, Matt states he's literally just trying to learn about how Cody markets the work. Yeah, you're just trying to do some due diligence, learning from a non-person involved how they're seeing it. Yes, well, Cody's complaint shines no light on his allegation that Matt sought to gain testimony and employment in a lawsuit plan against Cody. Yeah, it doesn't say how or doesn't articulate any theory behind that. It's just an allegation. Whatever the engagement envisioned by Denver would be at is most unclear, and no document was discussed or exchanged. How or why Matt would seek to be retained as counsel by Denver, an individual who wished to speak anonymously in a lawsuit concerning Cody's violations of Matt's copyright, is so puzzling as to obviate any discussion of the communication with solicitation of employment. Yeah. Because why would he represent Denver if Matt's looking to sue Cody?
Yeah. Here's also my also client, the witness.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, that would be great. It's
brilliant.
It's the ghost who never lies. That's, I mean, really, because yeah, you're like, oh yeah, here, yes, my client, my witness here, I also have a retainer agreement with.
Yeah,
that's not.
And oh, by the way, I'm representing myself pro se. Yes. I'm representing myself pro se, and here's my client, the witness. Like, that's so amazingly brain dead.
Yeah. Yes, and it says, while using affidavits of witnesses that were incentivized may pose problems. True. That is not what was intended or what occurred. The purpose of the invitation was to identify potential violations rather than seek testimony or employment. Even so, the Florida Bar's Standing Committee on Advertising has held that most solicitations of potential witnesses are not governed by the lawyer advertising rules. Indeed, it is common practice in the copyright context, and that's true. You know, guys, you see that all the time. You report copyright infringements.
Yeah.
If your boss is using our software, we'll give you a we'll pay you a reward. Yeah, and then we bankrupt the company you're working for. So it's like, yeah, that's actually what happens, guys. Matt's laughing, but that's what they do.
I'm laughing because that's what they do.
Yeah, when you report your boss, they bankrupt the company you're working for and they give you $500. You're like, yay, I'm unemployed.
Here you go, kid. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yes, it's like narking on your parents and the coal company kills your parents. They stole coal to warm our house. Thank you. Now we'll execute your parents, son. Yeah. Wait, what?
Here's $25.
Yes, at the company store. Yes, downstream implications would ride on Matt's use of these as an attorney, which is not implicated here. Yes. But yes, they talk about Cody talking about referencing a Texas law, but there's nothing out there. And yes, you can't. They prohibit solicitation of employment from clients, when there's no familial or prior relationship, when it's done for the lawyer's pecuniary gain. While there are fringe applications, this is not it. You know, classic applications include handing out business cards at scenes of accidents in hospitals and the like. And that's why they call it ambulance chasers, guys. We can't do that. We get in trouble for that shit. But attorneys used to do that. Attorneys used to, they would chase ambulances to the hospital, be like, who got hurt? What's wrong? I can help. Yes, Cody admits that Denver initiated contact, concerns communicated to a specific directed or recipient. And the general invitation is, if you paid money to get these, contact me for a reward, is in the context of his copyrighted works of authorship, where no legal services are discussed. And it just, guys, it goes on from here and just literally BTFOs him there. So we're going to go through these real quick. They point out further that Denver is at no point any potential legal employment discussed or offered. In fact, it's literally foreclosed. I just want to know how Cody is stealing my work. As for Denver's request that Matt sign an engagement with them, it cannot be considered solicitation for two independent but equally sufficient reasons. It was not initiated by Matt, and no context exists from which an attorney-client relationship can be inferred. And that's true as well. What would be the attorney-client relationship? What would be the purpose of this relationship?
Right.
There's nothing there for it. Given Denver's concerns about doing something wrong and his wish to remain anonymous, the engagement was advised to seek.
Do you like all of the scare quotes?
Yeah. Could at most be interpreted as a request for waiver rather than employment, which that would be fine to execute. I hereby waive guard Denver from any copyright claims or infringement issues.
Yeah, guard Denver, the totally real individual who exists.
Well, you should write it like that too. He's totally real. Who lives at 1234 Elm Street? Yes. In any event, nothing was exchanged. Even if something were to be exchanged, Cody's claim that a free kit was to be provided in exchange for employment is undermined by the communications where Denver asks if he can still get the free kit, to which Matt replies, despite no obligation whatsoever, to which Denver does not provide an address because, according to information and belief, he was actually Cody or one of his agents. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, it would have been. Yeah, can you send it to here in Austin?
Yeah. I would have sent it. I would have sent it.
Yes.
Because I'm a man of my word, is why.
Yeah, no, here you go. Now you can see what a real parts kit looks like.
Yeah. No, and if he responds to that email now, I'll still send it. Because I said I would. So
there we go. True and honest wind chime manufacturer. So rule 4. This is the rights of the third persons here. Rule 4-4.4 has 2 parts. Lawyers are prohibited from using means with no substantial purpose other than to embarrass, delay, or burden a third party, or knowingly use methods of obtaining evidence that violate the legal rights of such a person. Yes, we can't fuck with people, despite what you may think. Too much. The second regulates attorney behavior when the attorney receives electronic information that was inadvertently sent to them. So the rules are inapplicable because there was a clear lawful purpose for the communications, identifying and pursuing torts committed against Matt.
I like.
I love the last line here. Mr. Wilson is clearly aggrieved, and the respondent regrets that Cody is unhappy. However, Matt did not violate the rules. We look forward to hearing from you. Oh, so it got sent to Cody.
Yep, you have to.
Yep.
And then his rebuttal is
yes,
my favorite fucking thing in the world.
Yes. Yes, and Cody goes, nuh-uh. Cody gets to go Oh, this is so funny, Chad. If you guys have not seen this yet.
Yeah, he attaches so many statements.
Yes.
It's really brutal. So as a little before we get into this, he sent one of his employees into my Discord, who joined at the cheapest level, by the way, and came into the chat and immediately started asking questions about DEFCAD. And so we were like, you work for Cody Wilson, and then immediately just checked his screen name, which he had written a bunch of fake Amazon reviews for Cody Wilson's little books and literally described himself as working for DEFCAD. So we promptly locked him in rat prison, and then just bullied him really hard. So that's the backdrop for some of the attachments you're about to see. And we were 100% positive he was sent there by Cody. And if there was anything that could possibly confirm it, it's this.
Yes. Which will be funny in the depositions if you ever get to that point. Suckboy Tony says, give me credit, bitch. I found him out in 20 seconds.
It was Suckboy Tony. Suckboy Tony found him out instantly. Instantly, he came in. He asked the weird questions. We all kind of froze because he just totally was not the right vibe.
Yeah.
And then Tony is the one who checked his his user accounts.
Yeah.
And literally the next thing that was said, it was Tony saying, "Why do you work for DEFCAD?"
Oof.
It was vicious.
Oh, nice. Okay. So let's get to this here. All right. So, yes. In rebuttal of attorney Matthew Verlosi, the attorney's claims are easily contradicted by the long record of his own public and private statements. Exhibit 4 shows that when Matt actually believes he is speaking with my agents or employees, his approach is far less solicitous and far less professional. So it's almost like you're acknowledging, yes, this is all sarcasm.
Yeah.
He goes so far as to encourage his employees to participate in his misconduct and abuse.
By the way, there's no engagement with my employees whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think he probably just can't imagine that you would have to that you'd have friends to support you and not have to hire someone to harass another person.
Yes, he doesn't. Yes, he can't imagine that the Discord is just full of people who think Cody's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or that somebody would run a stream and invite you on and just acknowledge Cody Wilson's a cocksucker.
Yeah.
Like right now.
No, it's because I paid you, right? You're my employer. I'm your employer.
Yes.
You're an agent. Right?
Yes, you're Daddy Matt. Yes. Yes. Yes, a boss.
So what we have is the infinite money glitch, where whenever you're in trouble, you pay me, and then I pay you, and then we just keep getting richer because we keep paying each other.
Oh, this is better than taking money from the ATMs.
Yeah, the free money glitch. Yeah.
Yes, we're leveling up in the Matrix, chat.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes. With respect to Matt's claim that his improper solicitation was also sincere, in one way, I agree. Well, okay, thank you for agreeing. Exhibit 5 shows the attorney's practiced this style of improper incitement, advertisement, and solicitation against my business for the last 3 years. He does it for private gain, for amusement, which, once again, that doesn't help your case. If you acknowledge it's for just mere amusement.
Right.
And as evidenced by his reply, because he can't help himself.
The fuck does that mean?
That you're just impulsive, I guess, but that doesn't really.
But how does our very scalpel-esque reply, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's trying. He's trying. Like he's trying to think like a lawyer, and this is what he thinks a lawyer does. Though it's not incumbent upon a complainant to allege specific violations of the rules of professional conduct, I have. By any reading of those rules, Matt made first contact. No, he didn't.
You admitted that you reached out.
Yes. And 2 Florida law firms identified his quid pro quo offer. Which law firms again, Cody?
And also, what's the quid?
Yes. Yes. Which law firms? Please email me, Cody. potentiallycriminal@gmail.com. Tell me the 2 law firms. I refer to a Texas law against bartery.
Barratry.
Barratry, yeah. God, I'm fucking retarded. That regulates his conduct, even if Florida law does not. Well, if it's not against the rules in Florida, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Because Matt didn't come to Texas or engage with people in Texas, unless you know Guard Denver is in Texas. Which, how would you know where he's located?
He's totally real.
Yes, he's totally a real boy. He's a real boy. Exhibit 6 shows the attorney experiences this all as a spectator sport. Well, once again, I think that points out this is not serious. So thank you. He enjoys public praise for his solicitation as a kind of baiting, and this is the only background in which my complaint can be understood.
But what the fuck is he talking about? It's like his solicitation as a kind of baiting. Yeah. How do I bait people by soliciting clients? That doesn't make any sense.
But he also says it's a spectator sport. So if this is all a fucking lark,
everyone watch me get a client.
Yeah. If this is all a fucking joke, then it's not serious. And if it's not serious, then how can you consider this true solicitation?
Right.
Like if this is all kayfabe, then it doesn't work. He undermined once again, Cody. You tried to be like, I know you tried to be like the smoothest and slickest of the, East Coast round hat lawyers out there, but it's not working, buddy. I get it. It's
a good way of saying it.
You're in Texas. I get it. You kvetch when it's hot. I would too down there. I'm a big fat guy, but this ain't it. This ain't it. He enjoys public. Okay, yeah. And this is the only background in which my complaint can be understood. The only way we can understand your complaint is if we set the stage that Matt is a lighthearted man who likes to fuck around and is
I like
not
to have a
really
good time.
it is not routinely serious on these matters. That's how you're trying to say, but he's totally serious.
He's totally trying to solicit employment. That's how.
Yes. Yes. Are we ignoring chat? Yes, I'm trying to read chat. Hold on. What? Answer someone what?
I don't see any of you guys pumping.
J-Rock, no, this is not a client. This is Cody Wilson.
This is not a client. It's like it's a fucking opposing party.
Yes, this is an opposing party in a lawsuit trying to fuck with Matt. Yes, Exhibit 6 is not footnoted or italicized. Well, there's a lot of issues there.
That's the least of our problems.
Yes. How is this taken seriously if this dude's not Matt's client? Because in most states like Ohio, this wouldn't have gotten that far.
Well, here's the thing: is that he did use enough magic words to like get it through the initial screening. But then when we see how the Florida bar responded, you'll see.
Yeah. Well, and I think you said your bar is very aggressive, though.
Yes, the Florida bar, and like that's why it's terrifying, like to have these types of things happen because they will like thoroughly investigate.
Yeah.
And they did, and they were a little annoyed.
Yes, but yes, they got Buffalo jumped a little bit.
Right.
But yes, yeah, Matt or J-Rock, it doesn't make any sense. But that's because Cody's a tool. His harassment of my business only briefly stopped on the 3rd week of August when ACAP opened this case. These are the hallmarks of a common barretter.
Common barretter.
Well, is there an uncommon barretter?
The rare the shiny barretter.
Yes. Pursuing torts has become the attorney's excuse to commit them. Yes,
I'm sure that sounded smart to him in his head.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, once again, like I said, I think he thinks this is what a lawyer would say.
Yeah.
He asked those attorneys to read they proofread his document. And they're like, it's a banger, Matt. It's a banger, Cody. File it. I asked the committee to review his Twitter account activity at Fudbusters. He sees Barratry as a breadwinner, so I continue to question his character and fitness as a member of the Florida bar. Sincerely, Cody Wilson.
Let's see now what I did. And so look at how fundamentally serious this is. First of all, he accuses me of being multiple accounts, which I love. Yes. Also, look at the chat we're in here.
Yes. Yes, we are in the Fudbusters chat. We are in Wiggertown,
which is a borough of Rat City. It's where you are locked if you are an idiot.
Yes, I know you mentioned this. You're like seeing this on a fucking printout that's going to the bar. You're like, they know about the Draco Shotgun fan club now. You're like, oh,
shit. The Florida bar now knows that I have a digital prison for retards.
Yes.
In Rat City.
Yes. Yes, and there's yes, works for Cody Rutledge Wilson. Ever had sex? Yes. And then just works for Cody Wilson. Just keeps pinging him.
Yeah, look at the name we gave him. Works for Cody Rutledge Wilson.
Yes. Harassment of my employee in Matt's Fudbusters private Discord. Why is your employee there, Cody? That's another problem. Sounds like you're instigating this just a little bit.
Some of the stuff that is said there, though, is just brilliant, and I wonder why he thought it looked good on him.
Yes.
So the next page is pretty good.
Yes, it gets better, guys. We're gonna keep going here. Yes. Yes. As Ivan says, he's the guest of honor. His tooth gap is true Aryan genes on display. Yes. Cody, I didn't realize Cody's a bit of wignat, but apparently he is.
Yeah, he has a bunch of like he's like letting some wignat like author advertise on his site. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that, but
yeah, I know. I didn't realize Cody was looking for Kyle though.
Well, and he talks about race realism on his blog and like that type of thing, which is yeah.
Oh, Kitchen Knife Rescue says, Matt, can we throw tomatoes at the retards in Wiggertown?
It depends on your local law.
Yes.
Florida banned the midget toss finally. That was
Really?
Terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
I thought this was America.
Yeah.
You can't open carry handguns and you can't toss midgets.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Horrible. Yes. And yes, quoting the great Chief Justice Johnny
So that's
Rath.
actually me, by the way.
Yes, this is actually Matt. All these millions and he can't fix a tooth gap. That is actually Cody right now. Yes. He can floss with a pipe cleaner.
Look at my follow-up there.
Yes. Are dentists more expensive in Texas than in America? I'm curious, if your boss is such a wingneck conservative Aryan icon, how come he's unmarried with no children? Isn't that against the philosophy of the Lebensborn? It's an Untermensch moment. He's trying to emulate his favorite gay French philosophers.
And yeah, that's all me, by the way. All of those multiple accounts are me.
Yes. Yes, more harassment of my employee. Not even that harassment of Cody, but it's all, Cody doesn't want to admit that he was being made fun of. It was just his employee being harassed.
I love that he just includes us owning him.
Yes.
His complaint. Like, what is that going to do?
Yes. Oh, and yes, here's that picture of Cody right here. This is back when the Liberator was a big thing, guys. That was the first real 3D printed gun you could get.
No, it wasn't.
Well, the mass print, the available one, that caught fire. It's the one people know of. It got the sexy angle.
Yeah.
So that's the one you could find it and people knew about it.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's I look Nordic as fuck. Or hemophile ethnicity. We're still in Wiggertown. This one slaps. My face when I ponder the age of consent. My face when I realize that lolly's not universally embraced by all Asians. Oh, and more harassment of my employee, not myself being felted. Then exhibit number 5. This is from Reddit.
That's another lawyer, which I thought was, I don't know, I thought he was kind of weird, but
yes, from a lawyer known as NH Lawyer. A lawyer god. Imagine being on Reddit that long. You're a lawyer god.
Yeah, it's fucking repulsive.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a bunch of things here. DEFCAD grab CAD post yourself without permission. I'll help you DMCA them.
And that's not what's relevant. What's relevant? He's citing it for my reply.
Yes. And Matt as Fudbush is also an attorney here. I'd like to add the following: Rolf Lamau. This is gonna get good. Yes, as your public attorney persona, Fudbusters.
Yep.
Yes. Might have just gotten scammed by old DEFCAD, paid for the membership, jumped through the hoops, gave all my personal info just to hit a dead end. You're not the only one who's probably ever reported that. Just saying. Y'all tried to warn me, but I dove headfirst in the glue trap anyway. They're thieves, not only of money, but of work, product, and credit. Frankly, I don't like them very much, if I'm being honest. Respectfully, to be honest.
That's your big smoking gun.
So scandalous. Yes.
Respectfully, to be honest, I don't like them very much.
Yes. And then Fudbuddy.
Yeah, this is after Cody made the 1 billion IQ move of posting the registration of my file that he stole on his website.
Yes.
And then saying that it would be cringe to sue over these things. So
Yes. So Cody says this is the first copy of the very first federal registration of a 3D printable model gun, other than by Matt. This SF5 Stepmasters was made by an employee of Matt and registered with the United States Copyright Office. 3 miles of copyright registrations require permission from the author before you may reprint them. That's not true.
Well, it's true in the strictly technical sense of print, as in copy, but that is not the same as make a useful article from the
Cody's not saying it that way. He's trying to say like you can't print these without Matt's permission,
which is disingenuous.
Yeah, which once again being complete. This historical document stands as a permanent record, an award to the cringe and stupidity of FUD posting. Beware, the FUD you bust may be your own.
But then
Like,
he was whining about my tweet.
The FUDussy? Is that what you're busting FUDussies, I guess?
Yeah. But he's whining about my tweet there, the top text.
Yes, hypothetical, if a minor attractive person who you really don't like kept stealing your stuff, would it be cringe and stupid to stop him? I don't know. I don't think it would be cringe and stupid. I think it'd be hilarious. And then, yes, there is another tweet, yes, from Black Army Musketeer, and it's been stolen.
Public baiting before this complaint. Like,
yes.
So what is he trying to say here, though? Like, why is he telling the bar,
I got caught.
I stole his shit and he caught me.
Yes.
Punish him.
I did something illegal, so he's not allowed to call that out.
Yeah. Like, and also, does he really think that I designed that whole gun just to trap him?
Yeah, well, if he did, you could do it that way.
I can if I wanted to.
Yes.
But I don't think about this guy that much, so...
Yes. This is epic. Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's going to get even better when there's damages.
Oh, yeah. It's literally... And also, you say repeatedly that it's copyrighted.
Yes.
That's it's going to come into play.
Yeah. Outlaw 2 says, is it really baiting if you're memeing?
It's not. The thing is, this is a person who knows lawyer words.
Yes.
But doesn't understand them. And like, that's kind of his whole MO, is he just like uses these. It's like,
yeah,
his legal posting, his like philosophy posting is a parrot squawking, pretty much.
Yes. Squiggle says, imagine trying to explain a Yu-Gi-Oh meme in court. Oh, and Brooks, I guess, wanted to ask a question about Wiggertown. So here at the Potentially Criminal YouTube chat, we're made up of hardworking grays and greens that we engineer building towers that break the sky. Does Wiggertown have a need for building services?
I am
talking about Edward Towers.
I do not understand.
Edward Towers.
Oh no! Let's move on.
Yeah, we don't have build. This is like Somalia. We don't have building permits here, so they can build the biggest towers they want.
Yeah, I see it is like that in other ways because they are struggling to coordinate.
they try their heart out. I will say that much.
They're trying so hard, and it's so cute.
Yes, their heart's in the right place. It's like the towers in Idiocracy. They're like taped together.
Yeah.
So Random Neanderthal says, the mods are asleep. Download the Hitchhiker quick before Cody wakes up and post it to DEFCAD. And you guys, yes, you can get it off Odyssey as well. I feel like Matt is baiting at that at this point. And it's like, what makes you say that?
And I literally was saying that completely unironically. Like, just... Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm just doing my thing and designing guns.
Yes. And this one here, I don't understand because this is not you.
Yeah.
It's somebody adding you and then somebody saying, let's light this candle. It's like, okay. But this isn't you. You didn't do this.
Indeed, that is not me.
So how does that work?
Well, it's that I must have hired somebody because if they also don't like Cody Wilson or what he's doing, clearly they're on my payroll.
Yes. Oh, that's more of your... Man, you have a lot of employees. You make a lot of you have a lot of payments.
Yeah, and debt up to my eyeballs and payroll costs. It's just everybody who agrees with me. I've been it's been destroying me.
Yes, you pay us to come to your Discord. Okay, so guys, that is what Cody's response to going nuh-uh and ringing really hard.
Right.
Then there is This is your response, the sir reply, I'd almost call this.
And it's like one page.
Yeah, it's 1 page long, chat. And it's so funny. It's so damn funny here. Once again by Zerme Law. And it says, Matt wants to give a following brief statement that will be helpful to the bar figuring this out. Now you're pointing out, wait, we filed a lawsuit in Florida on September 6th where Matt is a sole plaintiff. Cody posted the complaint on his website on September 6th. The complaint in that case alleges every point of contact Matt has had with Cody's businesses, of which there are a few, and they only concern Matt's works of authorship. Matt sincerely regrets that Cody is aggrieved and understands that litigation is very stressful. However, it appears Cody's complaint is an improper attempt to gain advantage in a copyright dispute he anticipated. If we may be of assistance, do not hesitate to reach out. And that's it. But yes, I love this. Litigation is very stressful. Like, it's okay, big guy. I'm thinking of you.
This will only hurt for a minute.
Yes, it's okay. Yes, guys, this is defense distributed.
Yeah. And so then, do you have the Florida bar's response? Yeah. So most of it is just boilerplate stuff, but the first paragraph is actually pretty fucking cutting.
Yes. Yes, I do. And it's, this is, oh God, that does not zoom well.
No, it does not zoom good, but whatever.
Yeah. The facts got ruined in the hurricane. This is what happens when the power lines get shaky side to side.
Yeah,
it ruins it. So, Mr. Gervais, all correspondence and documents have been carefully reviewed. Based on the submitted documentation, Matt did not engage in unethical conduct. Why can't you guys spell check that? Unethical conduct regarding a personal matter that involves a downloading of a file from a website. In Matt's work file, there is no language that solicits prospective clients for legal representation. The language he used does not state that he's offering legal services to anyone. Instead, as a copyright holder, he may ascertain whether or not a person was charged to download his copyrighted files. In other words, there's no advertisement for legal services contained in his copyrighted work.
Don't you love how the Florida bar's like, he is a copyright holder?
Yes.
This is copyrighted?
Yes. And it, like I said, it sounds like somebody was not very complete and truthful. So when the Florida bar initiates action against one of its members, it does so first obtaining a probable cause determination by a grievance committee, following which a formal complaint is filed with the Florida Supreme Court and served upon the respondent lawyer. Referees appointed by the court to try the case and report to the court with recommendations whether or not the respondent lawyer has violated the rules. The Florida bar, if so, the nature and the discipline should be imposed. The bar's rule is similar to that of a prosecutor in a criminal proceeding. Yeah. We don't have to do any of that because it's not going to fucking happen.
Right.
We're not worrying about that. As you can see from the foregoing descriptor, bar counsel must analyze the complaint and supporting evidence from the standpoint of whether or not the case stands a reasonable chance of being one if litigated. One of the considerations is whether close a file or proceed is the weight of the available evidence. So they have to show by clear and convincing evidence there's been a violation of one or more rules regarding regulating the Florida bar. Now, some of you guys might be surprised that it's like that, and it's not beyond a reasonable doubt. Nope, it's clear and convincing. It is not. It's high, but not high enough. So it's not preponderance. Preponderance is like 51-49, guys. This is a little higher. It's like 2/3, you could argue.
Yeah, I've always thought of it as 75%, but it always depends on who's your fact finder as well.
Yeah. Clear and convincing is defined as evidence so clear. This burden is heavier than the burden of proof in an ordinary civil trial. Yep. There is insufficient evidence from the materials provided that Matt has violated any of the rules adopted by the Supreme Court of Florida. Accordingly, continued disciplinary proceedings in this matter are inappropriate, and our file is closed effective October 1st. Pursuant to the bar records retention schedule, the computer record of file will be disposed of 1 year from the date of closing. So if you get a bunch of these and like after every year they just go away? Is the bar like, well, we don't know he had complaints before?
I don't know.
Like, how does
like, well, if it's like completely meritless like this,
yeah. But if they're like, oh wait, this guy's got a long history of being reported.
They don't delete the ones that are actually referred, though.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I was just wondering. Anyways, Cody loses. Cry harder, Cody. Get ready for you're gonna have to respond still to the lawsuit.
And you know what he's gonna do, right?
Yes.
He's gonna object to jurisdiction because that's his one trick.
Yes.
It's like, and it's so brain dead. And the lawyer that he chose has been bench slapped repeatedly by circuit courts.
But you did it well. And the only argument you can make is that for a copyright thing, they could claim, well, you have to file it where it happened.
Yeah, and
yeah,
he bought it and physically delivered. I bought it, and he physically delivered it to me.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and that's where I think you're set on that regard because it happened here and for you there. Yeah, Cody's going to try to say, oh, it should happen in Texas. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to count because Matt did it in Florida. Yeah.
It's not as if the 5th and 11th circuits are like that different when it comes to IP law. Mm-hmm. The only difference is that the 11th circuit is much more, and I mean, inclusive of the district courts, right? It's much more serious about litigation and like doesn't tolerate nonsense filings.
Really?
So it's definitely hard mode down here, which could be a reason they try to scurry their way out, but it's hard mode and they're going to be like, you have to actually need to get out in order to get out. So that's what I anticipate he'll do. And I don't anticipate it'll be successful because the fucking idiot sold me my shit and shipped it to me here in Florida more than once.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, do you know Texas, how big is their homesteading act where you can protect assets?
Well, I'm pretty sure he's living on a houseboat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not 100% sure because like we didn't have to actually affect service. But the mansion he was living in, he's up for rent now.
Yeah.
So I don't, and like
he's living on a houseboat in Dallas. That's kind of weird.
I don't, or is it Austin?
Yeah, but still, it's like, is there even like is there a lake around there? Or
Jetty? I don't know. I don't go to Texas.
He's living on a boat in a trailer.
I mean, whatever. You know, the guy. Like, I don't care. It's
yeah.
But I do. He's a guy that, and you know, when we were going through all of this stuff to get everyone served and get everything filed, he's clearly a guy that thinks he's smart legally. Like he had a shell company owning the house he was living in. And I don't think that protects him the way he thinks it protects him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very much, a lot of people think LLC, you know, bulletproof wall.
But then and you looked at the lawsuit, right? Yeah, he has 4 different companies and they all have the same directors and mailing addresses.
Yes.
And then he like openly commingled all of their assets.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even that, but it's the idea like I have my law office is like an LLC. I partially did that just because it sounds fancier that way. But it really doesn't change much for me because if you sue me, like I can't just go, suing the LLC. I'm invincible. It's like that's not how that works when you're a one-man band.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there are consequences if you try to make it work that way. But yeah, no, people are fucking stupid. I've actually never done an LLC. I've always done, well, in Florida, you know, the way it works is a little different. Like if you were traditionally inclined to go LLC, kind of makes more sense to do S corps. But
okay.
Yeah, but that's a, you know, state by state thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so he thinks this is what lawyers do, and it's like, buddy, you didn't get through all the way. You didn't pay attention in the critical law school classes.
I mean, they don't teach you anything in those anyway. Ask Mr. LLM, like he knows so much about the law. That's why you keep bringing up the fucking MPRE.
Yes, the MPRE was so gay.
It's so applicable, right?
I so fucking hated it. I hated the MPRE more than the MBE when I took the bar.
Yeah.
And I hated the MBE.
God, I gotta take that shit again. I've gotta fucking test into a couple different states. Apparently I'm really surprised though. I did not know that pro hawking was the norm. I'm a member of like 8 different district courts.
Yeah.
Just like,
wait, so you have to take the MPRE to get into new states? I thought most states would accept that shit.
well, I never took the MBRE.
Florida doesn't require it?
I was the last exam in Florida that wasn't MBRE.
Oh, you're
or MBE
lucky.
or whatever. Yeah. Literally, like, not the last year, the last exam that was Florida specific.
What year did you take the bar?
I don't remember. I just don't.
Sometime.
Do you remember what year you took the bar?
February 2014. Yep.
Why do you remember that?
I remember shit. we were also the last people that took it in the shitty convention hall they had. Then
go on.
They bulldozed it and then built a nice one.
I took it in like this Tampa Bay amphitheater on a desk that was like fucking straight chipboard, like no cover, nothing, just straight chipboard, and it was amazingly uncomfortable. And the first time I went in, I had no problem. Then I go for a bathroom break and try to come in, and the guard tries to take my insulin pump from me, and I was like, they like, he's like, if you won't let me take it, you're not going back in. You're gonna have to take it up with the blah 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 and like take it another time. And I was like, I actually stopped. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's connected to my body. And then they called somebody over because I swore at them.
Yes.
And so like it was to punish me, and the guy comes over and I was like, it's a fucking insulin pump. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes, it's like it's my disability. You're discriminating against me.
Like, I wasn't even thinking that. I was like, just leave me alone.
Yeah,
let me go.
No, I agree. When you're in the bar, like during the bar, you're just like, when I was taking it, the one day, this fan was in the wall, like it was, this big convention hall, so it was like an exhaust fan, and every once in a while it would like squeal, like I don't know if the belt or bearings were going bad. But when it did it, you could like, I would look and I noticed like everybody else was like, and they just were all staring at it like they wanted to burst into flames. But yeah, you had a chipboard. I'm like, when I took it, the bar, you got like a whole folding table to yourself. And they were nice folding tables with nice tops on them.
That's what it was supposed to be. And that's what people had told us. But when we go in there, it was just like these were like bow-jangled together tables that like they had just put together. So like 4 1x1s and chipboard.
Jeez.
And each one, you got your own individual one.
Yeah.
It was like hilariously uncomfortable.
Oh no, we didn't have that problem. The only problem I had was it was February in 2014. It was like it was a fucking nasty winter up here. Like we had like 50, 60 degree below zero days throughout January. And even during the bar, it was like 5, 10 degrees outside. So I go in there and I come in there and the first day we took everything. I didn't mean to do this, but I freaked out a bunch of people because I was a lot skinnier back then, chat, so I could do this. I wore I had a pair of shorts on underneath, but I had my jeans on, and I just walk up there, and as I get ready to, I get to my desk, and I'm going where I'm supposed to go, I just drop my pants, and it's like everybody's like, and I'm like, I have my shorts on underneath, because I don't take, when I take my finals, I always took them when like shorts and a t-shirt, because it's like that's the most comfortable way to sit there and do stuff.
Right.
I know in some states like Virginia, you have to wear like a shirt and tie and like a suit to take the bar, I think. At some point, I don't know if you still do, but you had to for a long time.
It's all very fake.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It was I'm glad I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, that's where I met Zach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, like right after finished taking the bar, I went to the first bar that I could find, and went in. I sat down, and it was funny because I had ordered an espresso martini, and I hear these two guys at the end of the bar talking back and forth about law stuff, and I look over and I go, "Do you guys just take the bar?" And then they bring me my incredibly gay drink. And they go, "Oh yeah, what about you?"
But hey, it's not as gay as an underwear party.
Well, I took my espresso martini and just said that shit was gay and started drinking it. And yeah, we became friends right away.
Yeah, the only thing that freaked me out was when I was when I heard it at the time, people were giving me advice, like attorneys were like, "Don't talk to people about the fucking test while you're there."
Oh yeah, it's the stupidest fucking thing.
And I didn't realize I didn't realize what they mean. But as soon as somebody starts talking about it, you start fucking panicking because you're like, "Am I smarter than them? Did they fuck up? Did I fuck up?" And I'm like, and I'm just sitting there. I'm trying to eat my fucking, I'm just shoveling food in my pie hole, and these people are fucking talking off to the side about something, and I'm just like, I just want to scream at them, "Shut the fuck up! I'm having a panic attack." Because you're like, oh my god, I thought I was smarter than these fuckers, but they're laying out an entire reason why they answered something a certain way, and you're panicking, but you're like, wait, it was like one of 200 multiple choice questions, so who cares? But still, I'm just like, oh my god, did I get it wrong?
I remember they did, like, dude, and ours was the last Florida specific one, which was famous for having a lot of essays.
Yeah, ours was too.
Oh, I think they were trying to fuck with us because they were getting rid of it. There was an essay exclusively about commercial paper.
Mm-hmm.
I had never taken that class because who gives a shit about about commercial paper?
Being
That's like such a
I had
law.
to take it. I had to take it.
Yeah, I got out of it somehow, but like that's I got out of it because I was a tax LLM, so they presumed I knew it. I'm like, that's 70s bullshit. I don't give a shit about that.
So, guys, commercial paper is about like how checks got processed, and the date and the timelines and how shit goes between the
stages
banks.
of negotiation.
Yes,
and
it's when you read it, when you go through the class, you're like, this is so fucking like barbaric and Stone Age.
Yeah.
And being a holder in due course.
Yeah.
And you're like,
all this shit that just straight doesn't matter anymore because they just check the numbers digitally.
Yes.
But so there was that. I don't know how I got through that. And then there was another one that was literally, it was one of those fucked up fact patterns where they're like, this person drops a child off at a fire station, and then there's like 3 different adoptive parents.
Oh.
And so I remember reading that, and then I just started typing best interest of the child again and again and again.
That's all you have to do in family law. That's what my professor said. He's like, if you're on the bar and you start getting panicked, he's just just talk about the best interest of the child, because that's all that matters in family law. That's all that matters. And J-Rock says a child at Nick's house. No, we can talk about the best interest of the child there too.
Oh God.
God, no, there was like, oh God, it was so. Yeah, we had like 12 essays, and that was like over 50% of your score. It was like almost 60% of the score for us. So they quit doing that, which I think is ridiculous. Like having the multi-state bar exam. I don't understand why that you do that, because you don't know shit about the law in the state you're practicing if you take that.
Yeah, and what was always funny to me is that like one of the early adherents to the MBE was Louisiana.
Yeah.
Which is like, if there's one state.
Yeah.
If there's one state that shouldn't be reciprocal with anything, it's the one that doesn't even use common law.
Yes. Yeah. And guys, if you don't understand what we're talking about, the multi-state bar exam is a uniform bar exam. Like every state will use the same questions and format. And you might say, wait, not every state has the same laws. And you're like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, it's so fucking stupid.
Well, this is the pattern of legal education, right?
Yeah.
You have to go to undergrad and learn something. Doesn't matter what. And whatever that something is, it does nothing to prepare you for the LSAT, which is a test that you have to prepare to get into law school, and the LSAT does nothing to prepare you for law school. So you go through law school to get good grades, which will not prepare you to take the bar, which you then have to study for and do really well in order to not be prepared to practice law.
Yes.
And then, so it's each stage you're just like dropped in level 1 crook. Good luck.
Yes. Yes, that's... Yeah, California's going to get rid of the bar exam because of illegals. Well, God. You know, like if that starts happening, I'll just have to put on my.
Is that true, or is that just like right wing, like QAnon?
I think there's a push for that. I think eventually there'll be a push for that.
I think we should get rid of the bar because we're not. It's not a real like thing.
Yeah, but it gives a basic idea. You're not completely fucking incompetent. Yeah, well, I've had this argument on Twitter before, people, and I said, you know, in the real world, you don't just get to fucking stand there and say, Your Honor, can I go look through a book real quick? I'm a good looker-upper of things. Like, you don't get to do that in court. Sometimes you got to fucking know things.
But
or if you come into my
lawyers
office,
never fucking go to court. You realize that we're in the 4 percentile because we've set foot in a courtroom.
Yes, but but think about like if you're going to hire an attorney and the guy's like, I don't know the answer. Let me look it up and get back to you about everything. It's like you have to have a basic fundamental understanding of things or nobody's ever going to fucking hire you. Like you can't just go, well, I don't know the answer to that. Let me get back to you. It's like, no, here's some basic information.
Yeah, here's the mechanics of how it works.
Yes, but that's when people are like, oh, well, you know what I put on my business card if I get rid of the bar tomorrow? I passed the bar. Because, like, you know, J-Rock says, I go to court. Court sucks. Yeah, court's fun.
Yeah, court. It's funny because, like, it's its own set of skills that is completely different from actually understanding the law.
Yeah. Your sales. It's sales.
Yeah.
Which I had to learn how to do sales. What?
Because I feel like opposing counsel just straight up lies and doesn't, because I always try to go in with an actual reading of the law, and then OC is always saying something fucked up, and I'm like, where'd you find that?
Yes. No, that happens. I trust me, I feel that way too at the time. So
yeah.
Oh, Washington already got rid of the bar. Jeez.
Oh, that's not a real state. We'll see when some American state is.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's
the fucking bear law in the Capitol Hill autonomous law. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, SoundCloud rapper law. That's who's. Well, hey, you got to be careful though. Don't make fun of Chaz too much because Carl's like BFF tactical girlfriend was there leading the communist commissar corps.
Well, I hope they had a great time.
Yeah, they speed ran the idea of policing by gunning down black kids in less than a week. That was the best part about the whole thing. We hate the cops so much. We'll be more efficient than the cops. It'll only take us a week to kill a bunch, like shoot up a car full of black kids.
No comment.
Well, they did though. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see somebody who was just. I was hoping there'd be some sort of like Groiper Wignack dude who was gonna snap and just walk in there and just start just pop, pop, pop. It's like you said. There's no rules here. Although immediately that would happen, the state of Washington would have arrested that guy.
Yeah. They did a couple like special ops, right, where they just went in and grabbed one person and then scrammed.
I don't know if they did.
I thought that happened.
They tried to do like someone's injured, we need to help them, and they said no, we'll bring him out to you because it was like a shooting victim, and it's like no, we'll bring out the victim of the crime. We need to investigate the crime scene. No, we got it. Don't worry. So.
There was a shoot here.
Yes,
it was funny. I almost went. I regret not going.
Jazz.
Yeah, I had a buddy invite me. He had like a guide or whatever, and I was like, the last second I just didn't go, and I regret not going because I think it just would have been funny.
It would have been but you have to be careful because they might have just like allowed to attack you. Like they were like if they didn't think you were 100% down with the cause, they were like attacking fucking people. So bring your Draco with you. See, look, I'm with you guys. I got a Draco.
I have a Draco with me.
Yes. There's this video. Oh, there's this one place. Every time we watch these, every once in a while we'll watch body cam like police stops, and the guys have Dracos in the cars, and I'm like, oh, I think of Matt. They're like, they got. And then there's this channel. It's called Memphis Gas Station Shootings. It's
very specific.
It's one gas station in Memphis, and it's in the hood. And there are like every other week it uploads from a security camera, and you can just like it sounds like you've got like two platoons of like Army Rangers going at it every once in a while. And these dudes are just like going buck wild. It's pretty cool.
Buck wild.
They are. They're going wild. I mean, it's just like when you see these kids, like these are you want to see some true Second Amendment supporters? Here you go.
Switchy. No talk. No cat. No talk.
Those are like 14-year-olds with fucking Glocks.
Yeah, no, there's no better Second Amendment supporter than somebody who doesn't know what the NFA is.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the full clip of it is it's
is
so
that the
funny.
graduation one?
Yeah, this one.
I told you we don't I told you it's gonna get. We don't play with no regular nigga. On my butter. We do. Don't play my slide. On post grade and will.
Is that the one you're? Yeah. Those 13-year-olds are harder in the paint than we'll ever be.
Yeah, I wish I could live that free.
Yes. What? Oh, that's somebody being a fucking dickhead.
Oh, the spam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have some really good, it's really good, like, what should I call them? Dwellers.
Yeah. Well, somebody from your side somebody came from your chat over into my Discord. And they were like, what?
Zona?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
they were like,
that was great.
They're like, oh my God, Sean, someone from Matt's came over here. They were like, whoa, wait, what happened?
Yeah. No, it was, and like, Zona just loves causing problems.
Yes.
And I saw all this chaos happening, and I just reply, and I didn't read any of it, and I just go, I just wrote, whatever you guys are upset at Zona for, just know that it's one of my top lieutenants, and treat whatever they said as if it came out of my mouth. And then that like caused an additional fucking blow up.
Yeah. Wait, J-Rock, you want to be a mod? You told me you didn't want to be a mod before, dude. You're like
the best. The only way you can't give somebody a mod if they ask for it.
Yeah,
George Washington rules.
Well, no, when I do it, I trans people because I turn them from a regular member into a mod. They're transed. It's forced, and it's a surprise transing. But yeah, I'm out. I'm doing something, and I'm gone for a couple hours, and I come into my Discord, and it's like, just like this, like burning wreckage everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
And then they like, there's this one guy who decided I was a discount whoever the black guy Nick was involved with.
Oh, Drex.
Yeah, it said I was discount Drex. I'm like, what? How did that? I make one post and I'm discount Drex.
Yes.
I feel like that's a title you kind of have to earn with a little more than that.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I got to catch up on a couple things here. The Amateur Arcana class gifted a membership. Thank you. And Sleazy's been a member for 8 months, saying, "Has Matt been to a gay underwear party yet?"
This shit's not real. Like I straight up do not believe. Like even after everything, I still just actually do not believe that was a thing.
How can that be real?
Yeah.
You got to be careful though, because I'm sure it is real. I'm sure there's video of it somewhere.
I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just sounds like,
yeah.
It sounds like people talking mess and making shit up.
Yeah. Oh, hey, is that an A2 behind you?
No.
AR, what is that? Or is it like a Colt 723?
So it is an A2, but it's not an A2. It's a I would pick it up if I could, but it's a fucking abortion that was created during Mark Westrom's Armalite, where he was like, the AR-10 should have a carry handle. So he came out with the AR-10B A2, most commonly referred to as the AR-10 A2, and it was during the ban era, so it's really uncommon. And it's a fucking, it looks like an A2, just wrong, right? Like it takes an M14 mag, it's slightly too long, and just everything's kind of off.
I've seen these before.
It's my favorite thing because it just looks wrong.
Oh, those look fucking awful. Oh my God,
yeah, you can look it on my Twitter. I posted it holding it up with the post M16A2, and people are like, "What?"
With your 8 trigger fingers.
Yeah.
I give you credit. That's got to be hard to do when you're like trying to. Do you have Sam help you? Like, here, shove your fingers in the trigger guard. I need extra fingers.
I usually, like sometimes I have help. In fact, there was one time Sam took a picture of me and my buddy doing it, and it was the like gayest looking thing because we've got our arms like that reaching up into this hog, and we're giggling while I'm sitting there with the phone.
Oh
yeah! Did you find the picture on my Twitter? You'll chat probably wants to see it. Let's see it.
See if I can find it here.
You want me to link it to you? Is that gonna go faster? Slow fuck.
No, I think I got it. Hold on here. How long ago did you say it? Or how long ago did you do it?
It's September 29th, and it just says M16.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go.
M space 16.
Oh my God, yeah. I've seen these before. These are fucking awful looking guns.
I like
it. Here you go. This is the Twitter. There you go. Yeah.
It's not, you didn't put it up.
Oh, it's not up here. Oh crap. Yeah, there you go. God, it's shield your eyes, chat. Yeah, there you go. That's the.
Yeah, it just looks wrong.
It does. They look awful. Yeah, M16A2. Yes. Oh my God, it's so bad.
But, it's got a 16-inch barrel factory, and I'm like, that makes it look too off. I need to get it closer. So I got a bunch of original Mark Westrom Armalite parts, and I actually just found in the back of my shop a 20-inch AR-10 barrel. And started codging together a 20-inch A2 308 barrel.
Does it look a little better?
Better is a weird word to use.
Well, the 16s do look weird. It looks very weird when it's...
Yeah, but we'll see when I put it all together.
Okay.
I just got the barrel done.
Tony says, "Oh my God." Ivan, there you go. Glock milk. Yeah. Hey, Ivan.
Oh God. But yeah, no, so that was the thing.
Yes.
Is there anything else?
No. I
swept up by a Herman cane.
Yeah. Do you have a life? Do you have those little life jackets for your Rosa? You got the little life jackets they make for those?
No,
I've seen people on TikTok with their corgis. They don't swim too well.
Mine do. They like their little speedboats to get out of the pool. They go really fast to the edge.
They might be going to the edge for a little while. It might be a lot of edge.
I am like very, very high up in Florida, so
you're 10 feet above sea level.
I'm 90 feet, which is very high in Florida.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't know it got that high.
There's like a couple spots where it gets triple digits.
It takes shorter to boil water in your house.
Everyone comes over to boil.
Yeah. So when you read those instructions in the back, in higher altitudes, you're like, that must be me.
I'm double digits.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna just read through some of these super chats and stuff, so you can hang around if you want, or you can take off.
All right.
So
I didn't read them. Maybe they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, so J-Rock gifted, let's see here, I got to count. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 subs. EDW Raptor gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for your support. And the Amateur Iconoclast gifted 10.
How does that work? Gifting memberships. How does that work?
So you can gift them. Like it's an option when you're buying something. Like you click on the $sign button, you can gift out memberships that way too.
To other people?
Yeah, and it just randomly gives them to people in the chat. It does. You can't assign them. So, and if you're running a channel, you can gift away 10 every month. You
That's
get 10 free
fine.
ones to give away. Yeah.
No, that should make sense to me.
Yes. Well, what we do here in my chat, I have a thing where we're trying to genocide all the gray names out. So we're trying to keep it. We're trying to, it's kind of like that. It's like World War II side. Keep moving grays. This is a green neighborhood.
That's good.
It's a sundown town. But thank you guys for the memberships there. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the memberships. Yes.
Ag Biochemist has been a member for 18 months. Says this is an episode about Matt getting fan mail. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed says thoughts on dropping out of business college to pursue an AI furry porn or I don't know. I mean, if that's where your heart is, if that's where your heart is, follow your heart.
No, I don't care where your heart is. I think you should do it.
Just quit school, whatever you're doing. Med school. Go do AI furry porn.
Just do the furry porn. Yeah.
Yes.
This train isn't going to stay in the station forever.
Yeah. Milo Christensen says, Glock 19 parts. What does this mean for the super safety?
That's good. Thanks, Milo.
Yes. DS says for $5, look at a ballistic chart. Most of that doesn't matter until you're past 500 meters. I think we're talking about the short 308s. I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. I don't want to hear from that guy.
Okay.
The guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right. Dina gave a super sticker for $19.99. Thank you.
Oh, that's a nice sticker.
Yeah.
What has it got? Like 3 titties on it for that price?
Yes. And they all shake. Yes. And
it's a walk and watch.
Yes. It's like Total Recall. Barange says Sean was a beta. Yes, I was. I was a beta for Matt.
He was a beta male.
Yes. And then Gingham Bingham says if your stuff isn't being used by the rebels in Myanmar, you haven't made it yet. Say, they're using the FGC 9s over there.
Well, Ivan's got it. And the rest of us are. Oh well.
Yeah. Johnny's saying, how is the mouthfeel of the HK51?
It's it actually hurts your teeth because it's so concussive.
I haven't shot one of the ones where it's only like, it's got like a barrel this long and it has like the fucking pop can break on it.
Yeah.
But I've been down the firing line for somebody doing it. Holy shit, that rattled my feelings.
It's awful.
Yeah.
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 It's just terrible.
Yeah. And that's
I remember
funny
giving it to Evan. Evan, who's he's on YouTube and he's a really brilliant designer and he's like built his own airplane and stuff. And he was so excited about G3s and he was like he loved the HK51 and I'm like, here you go, buddy. And then I see he pulls the trigger twice and then puts it down and he just looks so deflated.
It's like I don't want this anymore.
It's like, is that really what it feels like?
Oh no. You're destroying people's dreams.
Yeah, that's why I own that gun. It's the whole reason.
Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed says, answer the question, Sean. I want to drop out of business college to make AI furry porn. Thoughts? And to answer your question, Funny, censorship equal bad.
Oh, that was when I was like, do you really want IP not to exist? And that's him.
Yeah. Yes.
Exhibiting a very high IQ.
Yes.
So thank you for the money. It's much safer with Sean.
Yes. Comfy Wizard says this wouldn't be a problem if maps were all on a wall.
That's
very true.
That's actually true.
Yes.
We could have avoided this whole thing.
Yes. Devil-Eyed Elvis for $20 says, thank you for the super chat. It's saying, I see you have the True Florida Hurricane as a guest this evening.
That's funny.
Yes. Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed for $8. That's an odd amount. Yeah. Says this wasn't
he misunderstood. He thought they were saying I dropped out of law school.
Yeah. Oh,
I did not.
Yes. Yeah. This is not a troll. I'm in the middle of my master's. Interesting to hear Matt dropped out of law school. No, Cody dropped out of law school, but that was precipitated by getting having legal troubles involving a minor.
No.
Oh, he dropped out of law school before that?
Yes. So he dropped out so he could pursue and like honestly, him dropping out was not a bad idea. Like I don't fault him for doing that at all. He dropped out because the Liberator and all that shit was blowing up, and he was doing. I don't know if that's when he started the Ghost Gunner or not, but it made financial sense for him to drop out.
Yeah, no, that would make sense too. And also, given the fact this is the quality of his legal arguments, it probably in hindsight was a good idea. He quit law school anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what his grades were or anything like that, but
well, the grades don't mean shit in law school.
Yeah. Well, except whether they rug pull your scholarship.
Well, yeah, that, yes. But when it gets, nobody cares. Nobody asks about your LSAT. Nobody cares about your law school GPA.
Right.
Nobody cares about any of that shit.
It's all fake.
Yeah. The only people who care about your grades in law school are the other students, and you try to fuck with them saying, I got a better grade than you did.
You know what I used to do in exams? Like it was just a psych out thing. I would have like I had like infinite bottles of Pine Sol because I would use them to clean carburetors, and I messed with that a lot. And they started selling Pine Sols in these like little 250 milliliter bottles. So I would clean them and put iced tea in them.
Oh,
and what I do is
you just walk into class just drinking Pine Sol.
At finals, I would sit down, put my computer down, and be like, crack open a Pine Sol and take a big glug, and lean over to the kid next to me and go, "You mind if I book this one?" And then they just like be all twisted.
That I've always thought it'd be funny to do like because I thought about doing this because there's a Simpsons episode where Barney's drinking a can of varnish. And I was thinking it'd be so funny to find one of those old cans, clean it out, and just have like something else in there, and you walk into class and just like cluck cluck.
Yeah.
Oh, did your school did that where you got the high, like who booked a class, right? Booked the final.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, if you got the highest grade in that class, they actually did. That was a distinction. Like you booked that final. And that was a big deal for a lot of fucking people. Like they would lose their fucking minds over people booking classes.
Did you ever book a class?
2.
Yes.
I booked ethics, which was fucking hilarious because I got in a car accident the day of the final. Yeah, I kind of went through a green light. I went and I didn't have the arrow.
That sucks.
And and I fucking ate it and fucking fucked up my car, and I fucking my head off the fucking window, the driver's side door window. And we had to go to the hospital, and I got checked out. And then my buddy that I was studying with, I go in there and he's like, dude, are you, because like I called him, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be there on time to study with you. Our finals in like 5-6 hours. I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. And he had told my professor Sean had been in a car accident, he might not be there. And I show up and the professor pulls me outside. She's like, are you sure you want to take this? She's like, I will let you take this another time, given what happened. And she's like looking in my eyes really intently. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I think she's making sure I wasn't like retarded that moment. I'm like, no, I'm good. Let's do this. I fucking booked it. And the second one though was a class on labor law. And the best part about it was a class like at 8:00 at night for the night students. So nobody was taking it unless you wanted to be there. And it was like me. I was like the only night student there who took it. And it was me and a bunch of day students who were so fucking upset they had to take it at 8 o'clock. Like, they're all done by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they have to come back like 6 hours later for their class. And it was like kids on law review were there. And like the kids who put on the labor law symposium for the law review were there. And they fucking fucked it. And when I booked that one, I was like, I looked at my wife at the time. I'm like, oh my God, how do I change my FERPA stuff? Not FUPA, FERPA. Right. So I'm like, because I want everybody to know my education stuff. Because before I had it checked anonymous, don't share it with anybody. So it would just say someone got it. But I immediately I changed it and I was like, no, I want to show those fuckers I got it. And I was so worried it was too late. But no, they switched it and they put my name up there. I'm like, who the fuck's Sean? When I was like, we came into class like for the next semester because employment law was the companion class. And I was like, hey guys.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fun. Sitting there fucking cruising AR15.com and Fed posting in like 2012. It was great.
So I do remember Bert strips were a thing when I was. Do you remember Bert strips, like the Bert and Ernie memes? That were just like, I would be in family law class, and there was another kid in the class who would send me the most vile Bert strips.
Yeah,
and I would just be like biting my hand, trying not to laugh. And there were repeated times where I'd crack up in family law and have to explain myself.
Yeah.
But no, I booked. It was actually kind of funny because I booked torts, then I just followed that professor along, and he was the IP professor. So I booked torts, copyrights, trademarks, and patents.
Nice. You got a couple. Yeah, so that means literally you got the highest grade, and it was something people were fucking fanatical over.
And here's the thing that's weird about it. It's not like so they're not fair. So the way they grade these tests, you cannot get the same grade as somebody else.
Yeah.
They put them in a stack from best to worst. So there has to be a superlative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's also because we're prima donnas and fucking mental cases. That's why they did that too.
Right.
But people would lose their minds over that. Luke says I would have been my own airbag. Not back when I took the final. Dude, I was working my ass off all night long. Like, I was in really good shape. So no, I was like 200 pounds back then, dude. Believe it or not, I did weigh that at one point. Blue Devil says, your wife, did you go through a divorce? Yes. I thought you only had a girlfriend. There's the future Mrs. Martin 2.0.
He keeps talking about 2.0, yeah.
Yeah, there's a 2.0. That means there was a 1.0.
Sometimes there's not a 1.0. Look at Helldivers 2.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so it literally, JC Adult, it's considered like they put out the highest grade for each class, and it's on the websites of law schools. Check, you can see every semester they'll put it up there, and it's just called booking it. I don't know why they call it that, but that's what they call it.
Like Cali is a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, the Cali stuff. Oh God, I use those all the time to study.
There was this local law firm that would like give $500 to the people who booked certain classes.
Oh,
and when I got one of them,
that's awesome.
I got all excited.
Yeah,
and then I found out that they just apply it to your student account.
Oh,
made me so sad.
Yeah, we never got any of that.
And that law firm wanted nothing to do with me because they were like, so how do you feel about living in, what was it, Birmingham? And I said, fuck yourself. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yes. Well, see, you went to a real law school. You went to a prestigious law school.
Did I? They're all fake, dude.
Yeah, I know, but you went to better law school than I did. In ratings. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing they teach. Yeah. But yes.
I don't know. I think you might get a better legal education at some of the lower ranked law schools because they focus more on like practical experience.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think so too.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know a damn thing about practicing by the time I was done. Because I didn't learn from any practitioners. There was a couple who actually were, right? And those were the ones I liked the most. But most of them were just like, oh, I graduated from Yale and came here.
Well, I graduated from Yale and I clerked for Judge Dildo. for a little while, and then I worked at dipshit and cocksucker for
Yeah.
5 years and I couldn't hack it. I was on the partner track, and I couldn't fucking hack it.
Right.
So I became
They
a law
locked me in a
professor.
fucking closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I applied here in desperation, and now they're paying me 6 figures to sit here.
Yeah, so I get to coast and then write some Ponzi articles once in a while.
Oh, everyone's like,
yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, what law school? There's one thing I don't do. I don't fucking tell people what law school I go to unless it's like germane to the conversation, because that's a thing that lawyers like. You won't talk about your grades, but shithead lawyers will continue to talk about what law school they went to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I just think that is the gayest thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the only time it makes any sense is like, because I went to Toledo, and if I run into it like an attorney who's a little older, and they'll say like, "Hey, when you were there, was Professor so and so still there?" I'm like, "Yep, yeah, that's about it. That's about all that it's really good for."
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, is that all your super chats?
No, I got a couple more here I gotta do. Leo says L'chaim. I guess yes. Thank you.
L'chaim.
Yes. Demon Psychiatrist, been a member for 1 month, says it's called pill pulling. Yes, it's a Nick tactic. Yes, it's also a tactic of Israelites.
Pill pulling?
Yeah, it's where it's getting into like doing Talmudic studies, and you start getting like arguing about things, and yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I praise God that I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, well. Generally, the only people who know it are Jews or people who are slightly anti-Semitic.
There's levels.
Well, there are. You just can't walk up to me and convince me you're like a hardcore anti-Semite. You got to show me your stripes. Demon Psychiatrist says for $10 just cuz. Well, thank you. And J-Rock says I would have banned that guy, but Sean won't mod me. Like I said. You didn't want to be trans before, so I won't trans you. Quick says, Suckboy Tony, I'm a fan of your work, especially the way you treat high points. Oh. And then J-Rock says, Matt, what do you know about the Balado, and when did you learn it, Matt?
The first time I heard about it was like the second time I was on Nick's stream.
Yeah.
And I think I actually got up and left when he started talking about it.
I think you did, yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, and then Brewberries is saying, do we get a multi-pupper sighting today? Are you at the office or are you at home?
I am right now at the office, so I cannot show pupper.
Yeah, there's no pupper available, and Clyde is sleeping with 2.0 right now. So I know 2.0 is sleeping. So, not right now, Brewberries. I'm sorry. We had Clyde on earlier. He was not having a good night. I don't know what his deal was. So, that's everybody. So, thank you, guys. Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more fun stuff with Matt going forward with Cody. I'm sure I can't wait to see Cody's responses to go.
Oh, I'm like, I cannot wait to see the briefing, because it's I feel like these people don't know how to not make a mockery of themselves. Oh, you want to update on Hoover?
Yes.
So the most recent thing, the 11th Circuit ordered supplemental briefing in light of Cargill, which we did. It was very strange because read the different briefs that were put by Hoover, me for Hoover, Irvin's attorney, and the government, and kind of some of the stuff that was said was kind of weird, but I felt very strongly about our position. And then so like Hoover and Adamiak are very related cases. Adamiak was just held in abeyance because of Vanderstock. The 11th hasn't done that, and I don't know how to read those tea leaves. It could be that they just haven't done it yet, or that they already know, because it moves very slow, that they already know that it'll be issued before their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to or they might have been like, this is obvious and right. It's not.
Have you thought about raising that as an issue to them?
It has been identified. So you have to do notice of
supplemental authority.
Well, that's supplemental authority, but so because there hasn't been authority yet.
Yeah.
But it's pending litigation in the circuit or above.
Okay, so
I don't know if that like I don't. Okay. Yeah, so like they've been notified of Vanderstelt, and I've cited it 100 times.
Okay.
So there's that, but like I don't know. My gut it gives me good feelings based on that.
Cool.
Right.
And how's Matt holding up? Have you talked to him lately?
Oh, he's great. I do. I talk to him often. He's the man has unbreakable spirit, unbreakable. I do really have to implore y'all to please spend money on his shop, because his family is still without his breadwinner. So, do that.
Mm-hmm. And also, guys, if you're looking to help out Matt, like, you can also send him things. He is in the Bureau of Prisons. Look up. He is, if you Google him, he is. If you go on the Bureau of Prisons, you can find him. He's at FCI Thompson. That's in Illinois.
Yeah. But he loves getting letters.
Yeah,
just from random people. That's his because you're giving him something to do, right? And also just the support and stuff that positivity gets to him. I do know that's his favorite thing. You just send him a fucking letter.
Yes.
If you don't want to do anything else.
Yes. Bella, you're saying, if you guys can, there's ways you can help out Matt and his family. And then is his website crsfirearms.com?
So the website, so the things he tells me to send people to is onlytacticalfans.com.
Tactical
and then
fans?
There's only tactical fans.
Oh, only. Okay.
Only tactical fans. So it's like clearly a, play on only fans, right? But that, and then his wife has various ways of giving her money that keep get shutting down. So, look at his channel, CRS Firearms, and she keeps it updated in the latest video because she's still making the videos. He's writing them, and she's what a great wife she has. She was so great all throughout all this stuff, and she's still firm and strong for them. But he writes the videos and she records them, so it's pretty badass. Yeah.
Here you guys go. Oh, I was subscribed already. Why doesn't it let me do that? But anyways, here you go. You can donate. They got a Patreon. They got a Cash App.
Yep.
If you guys could donate. That would certainly be.
You can make it.
You can make very strongly
that we're going to prevail. Very, very strongly. And I don't say that in the in the way lawyers ordinarily say that. It's no, this one's actually super strong. Ramen King.
Well, I like to think so. I like to think so too.
Yeah.
But there's, they're talking about updates. There's Matt's wife.
Yep.
She's reading off the stuff. So, yes, you can buy the wall hangers. Those are. Yes. Charles Hetrick says BOP couldn't find it by name.
You just put the thing up.
Yeah.
Why do you have me alone on the screen?
I don't know because I messed up. Oh. Matthew Raymond Hoover. Matthew Hoover. There you go.
Because your audience spells good.
Hey, public school education, man. That's my excuse.
It's yeah.
So there you go. Like I said, guys, if you can find him, CRS Firearms here on YouTube, you can hit up his Cash App, his Patreon. Whatever you guys could do to help certainly wouldn't be a bad idea. You want to send Matt a letter, you want to send him something in the mail, I'm sure he'd appreciate that. You want to put something on his books, I'm sure he'd appreciate that too. There's multiple ways to help.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
all right. I'm going to go to
I didn't pay
bed.
attention to Computer Live. No, I did not. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Matt, thanks for sharing your time with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And don't float away.
Don't worry. You'll be paid for your services as an employee.
Thank you, boss.
All right. Later, guys.
All right. Take care, Matt.
Hey.
Guys, Matt Fudbusters, maf-arms.com. Once again, guys, remember, use the promo code POTCRIM. You get 10% off your order. And Matt will give you a, he will moisten his lips with lipstick of your color choice. And he will kiss your invoice for you. So you can do that at maf-arms.com. Oh, okay, so where are you going here? We need a Fudbusters Fudpuckers stream. Oh, say, can I change the promo code to Bullpeen? Maybe. Oh. Maddie B is saying, I remember when Fudbusters and CRS did not get along. Yes, well, hey, times change. Iman Reza says, I thought that was the Proud Boys Fed leader. It's not Enrique Tarrio. Jesus. All right, you guys. Well, that is it for tonight. That's been a fun night. It's been a great night. Thank you for everybody that's been here. You guys are new. I appreciate it. We do everything. Tomorrow night's Thursday. We do the Thursday show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll be covering Vanderstock again, just going over some things there. But there's all kinds of crap to talk about. We got a bunch of different issues there. There's some updates in YSL. The Colorado bakers don't have to bake cakes for trannies anymore, among some other new things that have happened. And yes, all the other stuff we mentioned earlier will be getting discussed tomorrow night at 9:30. So I hope to see you guys there. Well, actually today at 9:30. So yeah. Charles says, I found him. He's getting some postcards. Cool. Oh, where's Otis? I'm sorry, name is some. I'm sorry. He's not here tonight. So, all right, you guys, that is it. I will see you guys later today. And remember, until next time, just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, unless you're Cody and you fucking steal people's copyright. And then you're guilty as fuck. So, yes, the Tigers and Indians tomorrow. God, that's making me nervous. So, anyways, chat, take care, guys, and I will see you. Have a nice night, everybody. Bye.
Weapons, blacksmithing, and models of planes, esoteric works, and even some trains. Much merriment had while drinking White Claws, tips on hunting, and even talking the law. Whatever you do, just don't talk to cops, even when they nab you on illegal stops. Just 'cause you did it doesn't mean you're guilty, but please talk to a local attorney. Was that the fat guy Rick hated yelled at? Why, yes it was, he even knows he's fat. For all this fun and more, there's one place to go, here on Sean Martin's Potentially